Good morning, my lovely Facebook friends. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day today. I wanted to come on here real quick and share with you just some things to maybe think about today. So for those of you guys who are just joining us, we're doing 30 days of 30 live videos with tips, tricks, inspiration. I'm sharing some things that I've learned along the way that hopefully can help you too in your health journey. So today I want you to ask yourself the question, what has changed for you in the last year? So much can happen in a year, right? I mean, we can move, we can change jobs, we can change total perspectives, we can have children. I mean, so many things can change in a year, right? And it goes by so fast. I look back on Facebook memories almost every single day, and I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I look at those and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was 7 years ago. She was so little. And I mean, it just seems like it was just a blink of an eye. And people used to always tell me that whenever I was a kid, when I was younger, like it just goes by so fast. Just cherish every moment. And it's so true. But I want you to ask yourself the question, what has changed for you health-wise in the last year? Maybe you've had some goals in the past. I mean, it seems like every year New Year's resolutions come around. We have goals. We have things that we want to change. We have things that we want to do differently. And I want you, not in a judgment, I don't want you to be judgmental, but I just want you to kind of take stock. Sometimes it's just good to have a time to reflect back and ask yourself, like, what's changed for you in the last year? I mean, in a good way, in a bad way, but again, I don't want you to get into judgment of like getting down on yourself because you haven't done what you wanted to do. Just taking a look, right? So, one thing for me, I know in the last year, something that I've really learned and have been trying to be better about is it's just saying no and recognizing my limits and trying to stay within those limits, which is really hard for me because I want to do all the things. But that's one thing that I feel like is shifting a little bit for me in a positive way over the last year. And it's taken time, and it takes time for us to change, right? But just take a minute and ask yourself, what is it, am I where I wanted to be, a year ago? And maybe you are, and that's wonderful. So maybe start thinking about like, well, what is it that I want to do in this next year? What is it that I want to continue to do? What is it that I want to move forward into? And or maybe you're like a lot of people and it's like, man, all that time went by and nothing really changed for me. I thought I was going to do all these things, but it never really came to fruition, or it never really happened. So, if that's you, I just want to let you know that honestly, that's a lot what I'm here for. As a health coach, as a life coach, that's what I help people do, is get from, a lot of us know what we want. We know where we want to be. But the hard part for a lot of us, I know personally, I have a really hard time holding myself accountable. Okay, so like if I say I'm going to do something and I don't tell anyone else, or I don't make myself accountable to anyone outside of me, if I don't have any outer accountability, then it's really hard for me to actually follow through. I'm not very good at keeping promises to myself. I've learned this. That's another thing I've learned in the last year, is I'm not very good at keeping myself accountable and keeping myself to a promise that I make to myself. However, I am very good if I have someone who's encouraging me, who's just checking in, that I know, hey, they're going to be asking me like, hey, how are you doing on this? Or what's going on with this? If I know that that's coming, I'm so much more likely to follow through. And maybe you're the same way. And so that's what I want to help you with, as a health coach, as a life coach, is to help you get from where you are now, so that in a year from now, you're not looking back saying, man, I really wish that I had done this, or well, how did all that time pass and nothing changed? I don't want you to be in that place. I want you to keep moving forward. I want you to be the best version of yourself so that you can show up for yourself and for those that you love every single day. So I have some opportunities for you to connect with me. No obligation again. I mean, if you want to just talk and just say, hey, this is what's going on, we can start coming up with a plan. No charge, no obligation, but we can start coming up with that plan, and I can give you some suggestions for moving forward. So take advantage of that. I'll put the link in the comments here. And let me know in the comments, what are some things that you want to be doing in the next year? And tomorrow, we're actually going to be talking a little bit about how to move past some of your fears that you may have, and how to kind of get past that. I call it critter brain. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But that fear that we have in moving forward, and sometimes it's subconscious, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. If you want to be sure and get that video tomorrow, just tag me in the comments, or just let me know to say, hey, I want to hear more tomorrow. And I will definitely tag you on tomorrow's live video. I, again, hope you have a wonderful day. And if you need any more encouragement, again, message me. Let's figure out a plan. Let's keep moving forward. All right. Bye.